2026 Michigan DMV permit test for 42 questions and complete answers. Question 1. To reduce the effects of headlight glare at night, you should look: Option A, straight ahead. Option B, over your shoulder. Option C, at the center of the road. Option D, to the right edge of the road. The correct answer is option D, to the right edge of the road. Explanation: if oncoming drivers do not dim their headlights for you, keep your eyes on the right side of the road ahead. Do not look directly at the oncoming headlights because the glare may blind you for several seconds. Question 2. Work zone signs mean: Option A, it is summer. Option B, you must immediately stop and back up. Option C, less than ideal conditions are present for driving. Option D, you should drive faster to get out of the work zone. The correct answer is option C. Less than ideal conditions are present for driving. Explanation: work zone signs are orange and indicate that some type of work is being performed on or alongside the roadway. Be extremely careful when you see these signs. Question 3. Regulatory signs are usually blank and should always be obeyed. Option A, white. Option B, blue. Option C, green. Option D, orange. The correct answer is option A, white. Explanation: regulatory signs regulate the movement of traffic. They are usually white with black markings and must always be obeyed by motorists. Question 4. An approaching driver fails to dim their high-beam headlights. Where should you look? Option A, at the wheels of the approaching vehicle. Option B, toward the right side of the road. Option C, toward the left side of the road. Option D, straight down the middle of the road. The correct answer is option B, toward the right side of the road. Explanation: if an approaching driver fails to dim their high beams, glance toward the right side of the road. This will keep you from being blinded by the other vehicle's headlights and will allow you to see enough of the road to stay on course until the other vehicle has passed. Question 5. As a pedestrian, you should: Option A, always insist on the right of way over a vehicle when using a crosswalk. Option B, never enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Option C, enter a crosswalk at any time because it is the vehicle driver's responsibility to stop. Option D, use crosswalks only if they are convenient. The correct answer is option B. Never enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Explanation: pedestrians should not enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Though pedestrians have the right of way in crosswalks, a vehicle approaching from a close distance may not have the time to stop before entering the crosswalk. Question 6. When may you pass on the shoulder of the road? Option A, when the car in front of you is turning. Option B, when the car in front of you is driving too slowly. Option C, when you don't see any pedestrians. Option D, never. The correct answer is option D, never. Explanation: if you pass on the right, do so only when conditions permit you to do so safely. Under no circumstances are you allowed to drive off the pavement or onto the shoulder. Question 7. Before entering a roundabout, you must slow down and yield to: Option A, vehicles in the roundabout. Option B, bicyclists in the roundabout. Option C, pedestrians in the roundabout. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Explanation: When entering a roundabout, you must yield to pedestrians, bicyclists, and vehicles that are already in the roundabout. Question 8. Which of the following recommendations does not promote safe night driving? Option A. Keep your windshield clean. Option B. Be aware that tinted windows reduce visibility in the dark. Option C. Carry a flashlight in your vehicle. Option D. Look into the headlights of oncoming vehicles. The correct answer is option D. Look into the headlights of oncoming vehicles. Explanation. If you look into the headlights of an oncoming vehicle, the pupil of your eye will contract. After the oncoming vehicle has passed, there will be an interval of time during which the pupil must readjust to the less intense light. During this recovery period, you are virtually driving blind. Question 9. To prepare for anything coming up on the road ahead, you should: Option A. Continually scan the entire road and all roadsides. Option B. Stare straight ahead at all times. Option C. Drive with your left foot resting lightly on the brake pedal. Option D. Maintain focus toward the middle of the road. The correct answer is option A. Continually scan the entire road and all roadsides. Explanation. Your ability to handle dangerous traffic situations depends largely on searching for and identifying problems before meeting them. Looking far ahead of your vehicle does not mean you should simply stare at the center of the road. You need to continually scan the entire road, including the sides of the road. Question 10. You may honk your horn when you: Option A. Have to stop quickly. Option B. Are passing another car. Option C. Have lost control of your car. Option D. Are passing a bicyclist. The correct answer is option C. Have lost control of your car. Explanation. One situation where it is appropriate to use your horn is if you lose control of your vehicle. In this case, sound your horn to alert other drivers. Question 11. When a funeral procession is present, blank has the right of way. Option A. Another driver. Option B. A pedestrian. Option C. The funeral procession. Option D. A bicyclist. The correct answer is option C. The funeral procession. Explanation. Drivers, pedestrians, and bicyclists must yield the right of way to funeral processions. When the lead vehicle enters an intersection, the remaining vehicles in the funeral procession may follow through the intersection regardless of any traffic control devices. Question 12. A bicyclist who doesn't obey traffic laws. Option A. Is in the right because bicyclists don't have to obey traffic laws. Option B. Can be ticketed. Option C. Will always receive a warning from law enforcement. Option D. Will have their bicycle impounded. The correct answer is option B. Can be ticketed. Explanation. All bicyclists have the same rights, duties, and responsibilities as drivers of motor vehicles. Motorists and bicyclists who do not obey traffic laws can be ticketed. Question 13. If your turn signals fail, you should use blank to indicate that you are turning. Option A. Your horn. Option B. Your headlights. Option C. Hand signals. Option D. Your emergency flashers. The correct answer is option C. Hand signals. Explanation. If your vehicle's turn signals do not work, you should use hand signals to indicate when you intend to change direction. Question 14. When making a right turn on a green light, you must: Option A. Maintain your normal driving speed. Option B. Stop and look for nearby police cars. Option C. Yield to pedestrians. Option D. Increase your normal driving speed. The correct answer is option C. Yield to pedestrians. Explanation. Unless a posted sign prohibits it, you may turn right or left at a steady green light. When turning, you must yield to other vehicles and pedestrians within the intersection. Question 15. When approaching a steady red traffic light, drivers should: Option A. Drive through the intersection if there is no crossing traffic. Option B. Continue driving as they have the right of way. Option C. Stop only if a police officer is nearby. Option D. Come to a complete stop. The correct answer is option D. Come to a complete stop. Explanation. A steady red traffic light indicates that drivers must come to a complete stop. Driving through a red light is against the law and is extremely dangerous. Drivers may turn right on a steady red light if there is no sign prohibiting a turn on red. Question 16. Which of the following statements is true? Option A. It is okay for drivers of other vehicles to follow motorcycles closely. Option B. A motorcycle with 2 people on it is more balanced than a motorcycle with just one rider. Option C. The driver of a passenger vehicle must change lanes completely when passing a motorcycle. Option D. Drivers of other vehicles can expect a motorcycle's brake lights to turn on when the motorcyclist slows down. The correct answer is option C. The driver of a passenger vehicle must change lanes completely when passing a motorcycle. Explanation. Motorcycles are entitled to the width of a full lane. Be sure your vehicle is entirely in the left lane before attempting to pass a motorcycle on the left. Question 17. If 2 vehicles arrive to a 4-way stop at the same time, option A. The vehicle on the left must yield to the vehicle on the right. Option B. The vehicle on the right must yield to the vehicle on the left. Option C. Drivers must make hand motions to communicate with each other. Option D. One driver should proceed without stopping. The correct answer is option A. The vehicle on the left must yield to the vehicle on the right. Explanation. In general, vehicles at a 4-way stop should proceed in the order that they arrive. However, if 2 vehicles arrive to the intersection at the same time, the vehicle on the left must yield the right of way to the vehicle on the right. Question 18. Unless otherwise posted, the maximum speed limit on freeways is Option A. 45 miles per hour. Option B. 55 miles per hour. Option C. 70 miles per hour. Option D. 85 miles per hour. The correct answer is option C. 70 miles per hour. Explanation. Unless otherwise posted, the maximum speed limit on freeways is 70 miles per hour. If a different speed limit is posted, you should follow that speed limit. Question 19. When 2 vehicles arrive to an intersection at the same time, which one has the right of way when no signs or signals indicate rules? Option A. The car approaching from the right has the right of way. Option B. The car approaching from the left has the right of way. Option C. The car in which the driver sounds his horn first has the right of way. Option D. The car that is traveling the fastest has the right of way. The correct answer is option A. The car approaching from the right has the right of way. Explanation. At an intersection of 2 similar roads without a traffic control device, a driver must yield to a vehicle approaching from the right. Question 20. When may a driver safely use cruise control? Option A. When driving in heavy traffic. Option B. when driving in rural areas with light traffic. Option C, when driving in heavy rain and snow. Option D, when towing a heavy load. The correct answer is option B, when driving in rural areas with light traffic. Explanation: using cruise control in heavy traffic, near large numbers of exit and entrance ramps, or when roads are slippery from rain, snow, or ice is not recommended. This could require the constant resetting of the cruise control to the point you are distracted, increasing your risk of being involved in a crash. Most vehicle manufacturers do not recommend using cruise control when towing heavy loads. Question 21. When driving to an unfamiliar area, you Option A should depend on road signs to find your way. Option B should plan your trip in advance. Option C only have to know generally where your destination is. Option D should always choose the most direct route. The correct answer is option B, should plan your trip in advance. Explanation: when driving to an unfamiliar area, plan your trip in advance. Don't start with only a hazy idea of where you are going. If your destination is in an unfamiliar area, check the location on a map before you start to drive. Question 22. A solid white line down the center of a two-lane road indicates. Option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option B, lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Option C, lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option D, lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option C. Lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are not permitted to pass. Explanation: white lines are used to separate traffic moving in the same direction. Solid lines indicate that drivers are not permitted to pass. Question 23. Which of the following is true regarding seat belts and child restraints in vehicles? Option A, an airbag can be dangerous to an infant or small child, even in a low-speed collision. Option B, you should always make sure all your passengers are using a seat belt or child restraint. Option C, you should never place an infant or small child in the front seat of a vehicle with airbags. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Explanation: before you drive, always fasten your seat belt and make sure all your passengers are using seat belts or child restraints. Studies have shown that if you use seat belts, your chances of being hurt or killed in a traffic crash are greatly reduced. Children age 12 and under should always ride properly restrained in a rear seat. Never put a rear-facing infant restraint in the front seat of a vehicle with a front passenger airbag. Question 24. The effect that alcohol has on your reflexes and judgment. Option A is less pronounced when consuming beer instead of wine. Option B is less pronounced when consuming wine instead of beer. Option C is most pronounced when consuming hard ciders and mixed drinks. Option D depends on the amount of alcohol in your bloodstream. The correct answer is option D. Depends on the amount of alcohol in your bloodstream. Explanation: consuming any type of alcohol can have negative effects on your reflexes and judgment. It does not matter which type of alcohol is consumed, only how much alcohol has entered a person's bloodstream. Question 25. You notice that the driver in the vehicle ahead of you is driving with one hand and talking to a passenger. You should. Option A. Give the vehicle extra space. Option B. Know that the driver in the vehicle ahead is reducing their safety margin by being an inattentive driver. Option C. Avoid following the driver's example. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option D. All of the above. Explanation. Do not become distracted by looking at passengers, attempting to find something in your vehicle, looking at reading material, sightseeing, or daydreaming while driving. If a driver near you seems distracted, allow them extra space because the risk of an accident is increased by their inattentiveness. Question 26. When dealing with pedestrians, a driver must Option A. Make sure the pedestrian is aware of their vehicle. Option B. Always yield the right of way, even if the pedestrian is in the wrong. Option C. Yield the right of way only when the pedestrian is legally entitled to it. Option D. Slow down and sound their horn near a crosswalk. The correct answer is option B. Always yield the right of way, even if the pedestrian is in the wrong. Explanation. You must do everything you can to prevent striking a pedestrian or another vehicle, regardless of the circumstances. It is the driver's basic responsibility to be alert to pedestrians and to yield the right of way to all pedestrians, even if the pedestrian is crossing the street where they should not be. Question 27. Highway markings. Option A are usually not important. Option B are only found in construction zones. Option C provide information for drivers. Option D are usually red and blue in color. The correct answer is option C. Provide information for drivers. Explanation. Highway markings provide information for drivers. Markings help drivers correctly position their vehicles on roadways, inform drivers of safe passing zones, and warn drivers about upcoming conditions. Question 28. Stress can affect your driving by Option A. Lowering your ability to focus on driving. Option B. Decreasing your chances of an accident. Option C. Causing you to fall asleep at the wheel. Option D. Making you more aware of others around you. The correct answer is option A. Lowering your ability to focus on driving. Explanation. Emotions can have a great effect on your driving ability. You may not be able to drive well if you are overly worried, excited, afraid, angry, or sad. Stress can lessen your concentration on the task of driving. It is better to wait to drive than to risk driving while you are emotionally unstable. Question 29. Vehicle stopping distances never depend on Option A. Your own reaction time. Option B. The time of day. Option C. The condition of your vehicle's brakes. Option D. The condition and type of your vehicle's tires. The correct answer is option B. The time of day. Explanation. The distance that a vehicle needs to stop depends on the motorist's reaction time, weather and visibility conditions, the vehicle's weight, the conditions of the vehicle's brakes, the condition and type of the vehicle's tires, roadway conditions, and speed. Question 30. The most effective safety restraints in a traffic crash are Option A. Only a lap and shoulder belt. Option B. Only an airbag. Option C. Both a lap/shoulder belt and an airbag. Option D. No safety restraints. The correct answer is option C. Both a lap/shoulder belt and an airbag. Explanation. Safety belts can double your chance of surviving a crash and more than double your chance of avoiding serious injury. Airbags, when used properly with safety belts, provide additional protection in a front-end crash. You should wear both shoulder and lap belts. Question 31. When faced with an oncoming car to the left and a bicyclist to the right, you should: Option A, pull onto the shoulder. Option B, split the difference. Option C, let the car pass and then pass the bike. Option D, pass the bike quickly. The correct answer is option C. Let the car pass and then pass the bike. Explanation: when there is more than one potential hazard on the road, you should ensure that you only have to deal with one of them at a time. For example, when there is a bicyclist on the right that you want to pass and an oncoming car to the left, you should not try to squeeze between both at the same time. Instead, let the oncoming car pass and then pass the bicyclist. Question 32 blank greatly increase stopping distances and severity of crashes. Option A, uphill inclines. Option B, slow speeds. Option C, high speeds. Option D, night drives. The correct answer is option C, high speeds. Explanation: high speeds greatly increase stopping distances and severity of crashes. The faster you drive, the greater the impact or striking power of your vehicle, should you be involved in a collision. Question 33. Round signs indicated. Option A, no passing zones. Option B, school zones. Option C, upcoming railroad crossings. Option D, hospitals. The correct answer is option C, upcoming railroad crossings. Explanation: round signs warn drivers of an upcoming railroad crossing area. Drivers should use extra caution when approaching a railroad crossing. Question 34. As you drive, you're required to stop your vehicle. Option A, at an intersection with a stop sign. Option B, where there is a red light. Option C, when a traffic officer orders you to stop. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option D, all of the above. Explanation: situations where motorists are required to stop include approaching intersections with stop signs, approaching intersections where a red light is either flashing or illuminated, or any time when a traffic officer orders your vehicle to stop. Question 35. If an aggressive driver cuts you off, you should: Option A, call the police immediately. Option B, stay calm and move out of the aggressive driver's way. Option C, flash your vehicle's lights to let the aggressive driver know he is wrong. Option D, use a driving action of your own to get back at the aggressive driver. The correct answer is option B, stay calm and move out of the aggressive driver's way. Explanation: if an aggressive driver cuts you off on the roadway, stay calm and get out of their way. Trying to get even with an aggressive driver risks escalating the situation and increasing the danger. Question 36. What is the appropriate action to take when approaching a railroad crossing that does not have signals to direct traffic? Option A, always bring the car to a complete stop. Option B, slow down and be prepared to stop. Option C, all railroad crossings have signals, so you will never encounter this situation. Option D, increase your speed to get across the tracks quickly. The correct answer is option B, slow down and be prepared to stop. Explanation: when approaching an unmarked railroad crossing, slow down and be prepared to stop. Before you cross, be sure that no trains are approaching from either direction on any track. If you see or hear a train coming, stop at a safe distance from the nearest track and wait to proceed until after the train passes. Question 37. A four-way stop. Option A. The driver to arrive first has the right of way. Option B. The driver to arrive last has the right of way. Option C. One driver should continue driving without stopping. Option D. One driver should wave the other drivers ahead. The correct answer is option A. The driver to arrive first has the right of way. Explanation. At four-way stops, traffic from all four directions must stop. The first vehicle to reach the intersection should move forward first. If two vehicles reach the intersection at the same time, the driver on the left yields to the driver on the right. Question 38. You must not drive your vehicle at a speed greater than Option A. The maximum speed limit. Option B. A speed that is faster than is reasonable and prudent. Option C. A speed that is safe for existing conditions. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option D. All of the above. Explanation. You must not drive at a speed that is faster than is reasonable and prudent. You must drive at a speed that is appropriate for the area where you are driving, the type and condition of surrounding traffic, the presence of pedestrians, the weather, the quality of the road, and light conditions. You must drive within legal speed limits. Question 39. You want to back out of your driveway. You see children playing nearby. Before you start to move your car, you should Option A. Rev your engine to warn the children that you are moving. Option B. Sound your horn so the children will hear you. Option C. Walk to the back of the car to be sure the way is clear. Option D. Tell the children to stay away from the driveway. The correct answer is option C. Walk to the back of the car to be sure the way is clear. Explanation. When you back up a vehicle, look through your back window for pedestrians and other obstacles. Do not rely only on your mirrors, especially when children are near. Before you back into or out of a driveway, get out of the vehicle and check behind your vehicle. Question 40. Unless otherwise posted, the minimum speed limit on freeways is Option A. 45 miles per hour. Option B. 55 miles per hour. Option C. 70 miles per hour. Option D. 85 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B. 55 miles per hour. Explanation. Unless otherwise posted, the minimum speed limit on freeways is 55 miles per hour. If a different speed limit is posted, you should follow that speed limit. Question 41. You may cross double solid yellow lines. Option A. To pass a slow-moving truck. Option B. To turn into a driveway. Option C. To pass another car. Option D. Under no conditions. The correct answer is option B. To turn into a driveway. Explanation. Double solid lines indicate that you may not pass or change lanes. You cannot cross the lines unless it is to turn left to enter or exit a highway, to turn into or from a driveway, or to make a U-turn where permitted. Question 42. Regulatory signs. Option A. Are placed in every location where there is a present danger. Option B. Indicate what a driver must or must not do. Option C. Are diamond-shaped and yellow or green. Option D. May warn drivers that they are approaching a school zone. The correct answer is option B. Indicate what a driver must or must not do. Explanation. Regulatory signs are often rectangular and white with black markings and are used to indicate what things a driver must or must not do in a designated area. They may display speed limits, prohibit passing or turning, or clarify any other driving regulation.